What's up, peeps? Welcome to another edition of Hip Hop Head. My name is Julian Williams. Here I got a review for the release of the Carter 4. Not upcoming, but it was released like on Sunday. It leaked like a week ago. So this is Lil Wayne. I don't know which album this is. He had The Block Is Hot, Lights Out, 500 Degrees, Carter 1, 2, and 3. I'm Not a Human Being, and Rebirth. Didn't even count those, saying them all, but those are his other albums. And now we have the Carter 4, which is, I guess you could say, long awaited to some certain extent due to the fact that I guess people were expecting it after Carter 3, but we got Rebirth instead, which was supposed to be a rock album. But anyway, getting into it, it was another album, had guest features, where the guest features did better than Wayne. The guest features pretty much brought their A game. Wayne was just kind of, very repetitive on this entire album, pretty much. The subject matter did change. His delivery changed with the tempo of the song. Delivery, he had crazy wordplay and metaphors with Wayne throughout most of the tracks on the album. Bit my tongue there, but throughout most of the tracks of the album, he did have a lot of wordplay and had different tracks, and I'll give that to him, different subject matter. So pretty much I did mention before that Wayne does well with how he raps over beats, and he does well over high energy type beats to where I think younger crowds really enjoy his music. And with older crowds, older people who were listening to GZA, Words from the Genius, K Solo, Tell the World My Name, and Big Daddy Kane, Long Live the King, when we were listening to those albums back in the day, pretty much you would get clear words and clear wordplay and simple wordplay, to where now with Wayne kind of takes it to a different level. There was one track, I don't remember which track it was, he did kind of jack something from Bone Thugs-n-Harmony. I can't really remember which track it was, but he did kind of take something from Mr. Ouija off the East 1999 album that Bone Thugs-n-Harmony made in '95. When he said something like, "Will I die of murder? Will I die of bloody murder?" That was actually Bone Thugs did it with hip hop first in '95. I don't remember which track it was, but going into it, you had the intro. The intro I thought was a bit pointless, but it did, it was kind of that lead-in for the record. So pretty much you did have the intro coming from Wayne. Second was Blunt Blowin'. Blunt Blowin' was very catchy, and was another song that had decent wordplay and metaphorism, and pretty much that's what you got. It was a typical Wayne song, along with the next one. I think the next one was Mega Man. It was either 6 or 7 for Mega Man, but two were both around each other, so I'll just talk about both tracks. 6 foot, 7 foot, actually like 6 foot, 7 foot. I think that Wayne was perfect for that beat, along with Corey Guns. I'm a fan of rappers that can rap fast and can change down the speed of or the tempo which they rhyme at. And Wayne did quite well on this one, along with Corey Guns. And it was kind of a track that did have to kind of grow on me, I'll admit. But 6 foot, 7 foot was decent. Mega Man was alright, average at best. It's kind of repetitive to other Wayne songs. You had John. John was alright. I like it's a little bit different. And I like the small bit of versatility. He had Rick Ross on the track. I like John. Like I said, it was a little different. Wordplay was pretty good. Rhymes were pretty good, so I like John. Interlude. Let's get into the interlude with Tech N9ne. I was glad to see Tech N9ne on this album. I was glad to see Tech N9ne on the album, but Andre 3000 did not fit that particular beat. I don't think Andre 3000 belonged on the interlude. I just don't think it was his type of track. Tech N9ne was perfect for it. No Wayne to be found for the interlude. He pretty much gave the spotlight to Tech Nine and Andre 3000. Tech Nine just took the beat and made it his. Rock and just stole the show right there. Andre 3000 just didn't fit on that type of beat. So he had She Will. She Will, the most recent single. I think it was number 3 on the charts last week when it debuted. I like She Will. I like the metaphors in that one. I like, Drake on the hook. And I'm gonna make a video about Drake because I think Drake is starting to sound very repetitive himself. If you heard some of his songs, like I'm On One, She Will, and even on It's Good, which is a track I will review in a second. He sounds pretty much the same. He has a very monotone delivery that is a little difficult for him to change up. But She Will was a decent track. Wayne did pretty good. I thought Wayne did well on this track. I like the beat. I like, Wayne's tempo over the beat was pretty good. Drake was perfect for the chorus of it, so decent track. And I like So Special. So Special was a very good track as well. So Special was good because it was a change of pace and it was into a different direction than the rest of the record. He had John Legend. I think it was Cool and Dre produced. He had the piano on it. He had John Legend singing. He had Lil Wayne rapping. It slowed it down a little bit. How to Hate with T-Pain. I don't like T-Pain. I will openly say that. I don't like T-Pain. I'm not much of a fan of Autotune. How to Hate was alright. It just sounded like very pop radio melodic. As ridiculous as that sounds. It just sounded pop radio melodic, and it just sounded too much of something that we'll hear on Kiss FM. But okay, it was an okay track. It was you can listen to it, but it's not something that I repeat on the radio or in the CD player. So Abortion was an odd track. It was odd because you're kind of thinking and wondering to yourself, what the hell is Wayne talking about in this one? Because what he's saying has nothing to do with abortion. And so it was an odd track, a bit average. Nightmares from the Bottom was a weak track. I thought it was weak. I just thought it was weak because, Wayne had a very lazy delivery on it, and it's just a very forgettable track. So Nightmare from the Bottom I thought was weak. Other than that, it's good. Alright. I like Jadakiss on this one. Drake and Wayne were both sounded, a little repetitive. Drake went off into a rally he shouldn't really be going into, talking about, the jury and judge sucks, this, that, and the other. This is a guy that never been in trouble in his life, so it is what it is. A lot of rappers have never been in trouble in their life, but we all know Drake from Degrassi, so child actor, so whatever. You had How to Love. How to Love is, I don't need to explain the track. Pop record. Not going to say any more about it. And President Carter was pretty good too. I like President Carter. It was another one of those tracks that went to another direction on the album, but wasn't, to me, I didn't think it stood out too much, but I thought it was another decent track. So let's get into the outro. The outro featured Nas, Busta Rhymes, Shine, and Bun B, and I like the outro a whole lot. I thought Wayne would come in on the outro, but he didn't. Bun B did well. Short, succinct. Nas did very well. He has his verse you can just rewind and continue to listen to. Shine did alright. I thought Shine would have done a little bit better. And Busta Rhymes did a hell of a job on the outro. So, pretty much with all this said, what would I rate the album? I would rate it 3.5 mics. I rated 3.5 mics because these are tracks we basically heard from Wayne before. Nothing different. Yeah, we had the tracks that went into a different direction, but if listen to a hip hop album, you want to hear a little bit of versatility. And Wayne, did well what he did best. He's shown he's multi-dimensional as a rapper, but hey, he's just showing same high energy tracks, but he's showing a little bit of lyricism. So anyway, peeps, 3.5 mics. I'm out of here. Peace.